to 16 points by the 76ers. Back to VJ Edgecombe, though, because he became the youngest player with 30 points and 10 rebounds in a playoff game in NBA history, passing, maybe you've heard of these guys, LeBron James and Magic Johnson. Let's go back to Boston now, though. Yeah. How concerning is this Game 2 loss for Boston, especially considering the way they looked in the second half?
I'm not concerned at all. They shot 13 of 50 from three-point range. That's about 26%. Jason Tatum, Sam Hauser didn't have a good night shooting from threes. Edgecombe and Maxey is a future dynamic backcourt. The brothers are special. Edgecombe is no joke. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, and Con Knipple, obviously he would have been Rookie of the Year. The brother's special. He can ball. The issue with the Philadelphia 76ers is that there's no Joel Embiid. Now, I watched this man average 35 on one leg. So if he's on the court, I'm worried about Joel Embiid, no doubt. The problem is that the possibilities of him ending up on the court is slim to none in most situations. But I don't think this is a concern. I've seen the Celtics lose games, and then all of a sudden they answer the call. It's Jaylen Brown, who had 36 last night. It's Jason Tatum getting healthier and healthier with each passing game. And they don't shoot like this under normal circumstances. I believe they believe in their system. I believe they should. And as long as Brown and Tatum are there, the 76ers are not going to have enough to beat them in a series. I'm not concerned.
Well, this is how the Celtics lose when they lose. They just have a three-point shooting night that goes awry, and they're going to live with it. They're going to live with volume and more volume. And their answer to shooting 15 for 50 or whatever it is shoot 55 of them in the next game. I don't think they'll be this bad back-to-back. And the Sixers don't have enough. You're asking those two guards, and it's a dynamic backcourt, Stephen A. now. We don't even have to wait for the future, even though Edgecombe's only a rookie. But asking them to do that 3 more times in a series, and asking both in concert, that and the Celtics, to be that cold multiple times, they may have another bad three-point shooting game, but it's hard to see them having 3 of them.
Well, last year they lost that Knicks series because they hoist threes when they don't go good. That's what drives me crazy about the Celtics. How about doing a little something different? Where's their plan B? You took 50 threes in the game. They get the game down to 2 points at 91-89. They come down and hoist threes. How about getting a basket? How about getting a hoop to make it 91-91, settle the game down a little bit, and put a little scoreboard pressure on Philly? Instead, they come down and somebody's hoisting a three. 3 after 3. And this is why a lot of fans get sick and tired of the NBA, because it's a three-point shooting contest. When they make threes, they're unbeatable. When they don't make threes, the game's unwatchable. If you're a Celtic fan last night, you wanted to see your team shoot 50 threes and make 13 of them in 48 minutes, then win the series. We understand that. But boy, oh boy, when they throw you a clunker, they throw you a clunker in Boston.
Well, I will say this. 22-26 is their record when they shoot 38%, or they shoot worse than 38% from 3. That's 48 games, 22-26. 35-1 when they shoot 38% or better. So again, if that is clearly their winning formula, and more often than not, they do, I should say more often than not, because one is a 36-game stretch, the other is a 48-game stretch. But when they hit on their threes,
they live and die. I'll say this, watching the Sixers win last night almost made me sad, because I'm like, look what could be if you could just have health on your side.
Embiid.
Year after year, though, it's like they tease you, like, this is so special to watch when everything is working and everyone's healthy.
But this is how it started. Remember, Joel missed the first 2 years.
No, I know. It's every year we go through this. We also can't
forget this. In fairness to Doggy, we got to give Doggy credit, because it's rare that he deserves it, so let's hold on to this moment and give it to him. He's been critical of Daryl Morey for quite some time. Daryl Morey goes out. Paul George had 19 points and 54% shooting. You know this just as well as I do. One of the best people you could ever coach, you could ever cover in sports. One of the nicest guys in the world, class personified, and can play. He can still play. But 19 points on the 54% shooting. When you see VJ and Maxey play like that, you didn't need Paul George. You needed Embiid, but you didn't need to go out and give Paul George a 4-year, $212 million deal. You should have let it be, let the Clippers keep him at a 3-year deal instead of him getting the 4 years and $212 million, because his health has been a question mark, obviously. And you didn't need that problem if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, knowing you already had it with Joel Embiid, and you'd probably have needed those assets to go out and get additional help, more so than even Paul George could give you because of his injury.
And now the X factor is Embiid, of course. We wait to see when he can eventually return, but with the Sixers winning and elongating the series, that definitely
go ahead and
helps
talk, Shay. I can't take it no more. You go ahead and talk while we go to break.
Where he's going, the Knicks.
Oh, the tie again? Oh, my God, the tie.
Switch it around.
Oh, the tie's fine.
7 threes Second most misses in a playoff game in team history. They missed 26 open three shots and only made just one single three-point shot over the final 3.5 minutes of the game. Back here with Vince and K-Perk. Was this really just a bad game here for the Celtics or a bad sign for Boston in the playoffs?
Yes. Yes, that's the answer. The answer is both, because here's why. Whenever we have talked about Celtic deficiencies in the last 3 postseasons, it has been they fall in love too much with the three-point shot. And it happened in the series against the Knicks where they got big leads and then gave it up because they fell in love. And last night they fell in love. You know what they tell you, don't fall in love. Just keep it for a little while. That's what happened last night. Perk, you have had your criticism of the Celtics. You cannot give up 50% shooting from 3 and then take 55% of your shots for three-point range. You got to have some diversity in your offense. The Celtics did not last night, and that can come back to bite them next round.
He doesn't seem concerned.
You know why? Because Vinny and I just met in the hallway. We've been working together over this past season virtually. I saw him. I gave him a hug. I said, you know what? I'm going to love on you today. And then all of a sudden he come with this nonsense, talking about a bad sign. It's not a bad sign. It's a bad game. This system is proven. They won a championship on this system of shooting a lot of three-point shots. You don't overreact to this. This is what they do. And then the next night, they could come back, and all of a sudden, they back to normal. This is the Joe Mazzulla system. He's going to live by the 3, die by the 3. Here's my concern about the game last night. VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, 59 of the 111 points. The defensive side. The Celtics are known for what? Two-way players. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Tatum. Where were you guys at defensively? That's the real question mark. But I'm not overreacting. It was just one bad game.
I want to make sure we give some love to the Sixers, especially VJ Edgecombe.
Of course you do.
It's important.
As expected.
It's important.
As expected, Killer.
No, there's a reason why. Because this is Edgecombe's second career playoff game, and look at the list he joined. Magic and LeBron, 30 points, 10 rebounds, the youngest player in NBA history with those numbers, younger than LeBron and days younger than Magic. And by the way, that Magic run, historic in 1980 as he led as a 20-year-old the Lakers to an NBA Finals championship.
Are you saying that with a lot of extra heat?
Oh, yeah.
He
broke my heart in Game 6. He broke my heart in Game 6. What he did with Kareem Hurt. Edgecombe, though, was fearless. And Maxey's been waiting for a guy like that who's fearless with him on the court.
Yeah, we've been saying for so long what happens when Paul George gets right and Joel Embiid gets right. I think they should be ready to turn the page. This is their backcourt of the future. This is the way that they should be playing, with speed, with three-point shooting, and the energy that VJ Edgecombe plays. He's not scared. He didn't walk into that building last night
winking at the camera
and feel intimidated. I'm going to talk about the Celtics and everything else, but he played extraordinarily well last night.
Well, look, I'm going to take it a step further. It's not just their backcourt of the future. This is their 2 franchise guys going forward. For VJ Edgecombe as a youngster to go into that environment in Boston and have that type of night, he had 30, but he also had 10 rebounds, which was crucial as well.
And led by the energy of Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, yeah,
He's
for
got
sure.
a little Robin next to him and Joel Embiid.